Hi and welcome to the first of hopefully a weekly topic on the fundamentals of the Common Data Service. There are lots of blogs and videos out there that have documented all the changes that are forever coming into the platform, so I thought we should take some time to ensure everyone knows the fundamentals. I'll be delving into a feature each week in some depth, but trying to do it in 3 minutes. This gives me a time frame to work to, reduces unnecessary words, and hopefully gives a refresher or introduction to the topic in a bite-sized portion. The first feature is entities, so here we go. Firstly, go to make.powerapps.com. Once there, check that you are in the correct environment. This is essential to ensure you're adding components to the right place. As with all development, it should start with a solution, so using the menu on the left, select Solutions and New Solution. Give it a name and a publisher. Both allow for the ability to differentiate the solutions and to patch solutions as we move the solution between environments for testing, etc. The default version is 1.0.0.0. Now hit Publish. You can see the solution is empty, so the next step is to create an entity using the menu top left. The display and plural names are used by the default in lists and records. The name is the physical table name in SQL, so it cannot be changed after the entity is created. The name is prefixed with the publisher prefix. The primary field is what is selected when the user chooses a record to link two records together, like contact name or company name. You can choose to change the default and the field name. As we go down the properties, those with a little cross next to them cannot be changed after you set it. You can set it if it is not set, but once it is set there is no going back. A key checkbox is the Enable Attachments. This enables the entity for attachments, basically links the notes entity to your new one. Description allows your entity to be found later on and should describe its usage. More documentation the better. If you change the entity type to activity, it will be allowed to be treated as an activity such as email, task or call. Great if your entity is a new version of these things. If you want to restrict access to certain records in your entity, like opportunities, then ownership needs to be user or team. Organizational level is used for data shared across your whole system, such as products. In the calibration section, allow feedback links your entity to the feedback entity, allowing users, external or internal, to feedback and rate a record, typically used for case or survey scenarios. In the out-of-the-box, meetings can have follow-up tasks that are associated with them. If your entity fits into this scenario, then enable this. Connections allow a user to link two disparate records together, typically used between employees, contacts and accounts to denote relationships. If you think that you want to be able to link your entity into incoming mails, then check Send Email to Entity. This entity needs at least one email field. Leads and contacts are examples of this. Mail Merge and SharePoint checkboxes enable the corresponding functionality too. SharePoint needs more configuration, but here is where you enable each entity. Access teams complement the security via ownership. If you enable this checkbox and set up a template, an access team for each record is automatically created when via code you add your first user to the team. Queues are typically used in a service scenario, but allows assignment of your record to a queue to be managed by a help desk or groups of users. Quick create forms are useful in a lot of scenarios where you want the user to easily create a new record with a subset of all the fields. Duplicate detection is common on most records. This setting enables it, but you will have to configure the rules to prevent duplicates. Flow change tracking allows Flow to subscribe to when a record is updated triggers on your entity, essential in most scenarios. The final option is enabling your entity for offline Outlook. There is a lot more to consider on this, but here is where you start your journey. Once configured, hit Create and wait. You can go ahead and add fields and other stuff as you wait. Eventually you'll be displayed with a nice green banner and a list of the default fields. That's it. I was 10 seconds over. Please forgive me on my first time. Next week will be on fields and everything that entails. Please subscribe or contact me on any of the links here to give me your feedback and any directions you want me to take. Thanks for your time. Bye.